Hey everybody, it's Gamer Grampz here. Today we are going to be going through the Ethiopia Pack developer update that was just released today. You're going to see me react and watch it live, and then after it's all said and done, I'll go through things step by step and break things down and let you know what I think about them. So if that does sound like it's something that you'd be interested in watching, then definitely stick around. If you want to get good at Civ 6, then subscribe and click the bell to keep up with this channel. Just a quick thing here before we get going. If you have already watched this and you don't want to see the entire video or whatever, I'll put a link pinned in the top of the comment section where you can just jump straight to where we start going through and analyzing everything that was announced in the video, because it is quite a long video here and they do cover a lot of different things.
Are we ready? We going?
Audio is going.
Can you hear me?
Speak.
Can you see me?
And video's going.
Welcome to the developer update for the Ethiopia Pack, the second DLC of the Civilization VI New Frontier Pass.
We're here to introduce you to some of the pack's new game content.
But first, for those of you who've purchased the New Frontier Pass, this update will also include our new leader personas for Teddy Roosevelt and Catherine de' Medici.
Teddy is an interesting historical figure, because on the one hand, he had an interesting definition of diplomacy, given his big stick philosophy. But on the other hand, he's also a staunch conservationist.
Rough Rider Teddy shows him in all of his hard-charging New Frontier glory, and it's only this version of Teddy that unlocks the unique Rough Rider unit. His ability, the Roosevelt Corollary, still gives units additional combat strength on their home continent, but now also counts envoys sent to city-states that you have a trade route with as 2 envoys. Bull Moose Teddy uses Teddy's existing art and focuses on his passion for nature and high-appeal tiles.
Meanwhile, our alternate Queen of Brands persona focuses on collecting as many copies of luxury resources as possible, and allows her to initiate the Court Festival project in any city with a theater square, which awards culture and tourism based on the number of excess copies of the luxury resources that France possesses.
Now, the big themes of DLC 2 are faith, diplomacy, and intrigue.
The centerpiece of the pack is of course our new civilization, Ethiopia. Its unique ability grants extra faith from international trade routes, and gives you new things to do with that faith to help you claim a culture victory.
We'll be dropping Ethiopia's first look later this month, so stay tuned for all the details on that civilization and their leader.
This pack introduces a new district, the Diplomatic Quarter. This is your hub for foreign policy and international relations.
Mechanically, the Diplomatic Quarter grants additional culture for each delegation or embassy from a foreign civ. It also reduces the level of enemy spies targeting that district and adjacent districts. It's so powerful, you can only have one in your civilization at a time.
The consulate provides additional influence points every turn and reduces the level of enemy spies when they target that city or cities with encampments.
Meanwhile, the Chancery will grant additional science each time your civilization captures or kills an enemy spy. To prevent envoys from becoming too powerful, envoy bonuses are now directly tied to these 2 buildings as well.
Finally, for players with Gathering Storm, Rise, and Fall, the Ethiopia Pack also introduces secret societies.
Consider your options carefully, because there's no takebacks and there's no do-overs. There's no do-overs. Once your membership is confirmed, you're a member for life. For the rest of the game. You'll be fine.
Secret societies offer benefits to those they invite to join their ranks, and with your initiation comes a special governor with 4 unique promotions.
These governors operate in worldwide networks, and thus have no need to be assigned to a specific city. Promotion effects offered by secret society governors apply to your whole civ.
But who are these societies that you are signing up for?
The Owls of Minerva are puppeteers who mastermind plots behind the scenes and use espionage to achieve their goals. Oh God. Oh God! Joining their ranks gives access to the Gilded Vault. This new building has all the benefits of the bank, but also provides your commercial hub's gold adjacency bonus as culture and grants an additional trade route for cities with a harbor.
The Hermetic Order values alchemy and occult science above all else. Their success comes from theories and inventions that other societies dismiss as mere fairy tales, such as ley lines, a new map resource only they can see, which gives standard adjacency bonuses to all specialty districts, and can even grant bonus yields whenever a great person is earned. Members of the society can build the Alchemical Society, a university replacement building that has all of the base university effects. But it also provides extra great merchant points, great engineer points, increased production, and gold, perhaps from some lead lying around somewhere.
The Void Singers follow a dark religion of ancient gods and sow chaos to control adversaries. Joining them unlocks the old god obelisk, which replaces the monument, has all of the monument's base effects, and provides additional faith and great work slots. The Void Singers also have a unique unit, the Cultist. Purchased with faith, cultists can spend a charge to recruit followers in enemy cities, reducing the target city's loyalty by calling its citizens to madness.
The Sanguine Pact is a militaristic regime known for sapping enemies of their will to fight, shunning the sunlight, and absorbing nutrients through the blood of their... And these are vampires. Yeah, they're definitely vampires. Joining the Pact unlocks the unique Vampire unit, which gains combat strength when adjacent units perish. Instead of dying, vampires retreat to safety with 1 HP, and can be healed back to full with some good pillaging. Vampire castles can be placed in any empty tile in your territory or in neutral territory, grant defensive bonuses and extra yields, and in later eras allow you to teleport units between them.
So there you have it, the faith of Ethiopia, the diplomacy of a new quarter, and the intrigue of 4 new secret societies with very different goals.
Civ fans, you are the best fans in gaming.
To keep up with all the latest Civ news, be sure to follow our social channels.
Next month, we'll be talking about the free content coming your way in the next game update.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, when you enter the vaulted halls of the elite, make your choices carefully. There's always one more turn.
Give me a high five if you love Civ. Oh, that's a...
Wow, Jesus Christ, that is a lot to process. This is going to take me a few minutes to think. All right, well, first things first, I guess this isn't the Ethiopia leader or civilization unveiling, so that's a little bit disappointing, but there's so much in this video that I think it more than makes up for it. I guess that one will probably be coming later this week. If this is coming out July 23rd, we're already on the 13th, so we're only 10 days away, and they usually have the civilization... And they usually have the civilization sneak peeks about a week before it launches. So I guess that makes sense. But let's go through this anyways and take it step by step. The first thing, obviously, is that it's a Secret Societies is a game mode. It's just like Apocalypse mode. So it's not going to be automatically included. Like it'll be an opt-in thing. So that's one thing there. However, I'm pretty sure that the new district they talked about and the infrastructure that comes along with it is included across the entire game when you're just playing in normal mode. So that will be interesting as well. But anyway, I digress. Let's just take this step by step and jump to the first little bit of knowledge that we got. All right, so America is still going to have their +5 combat strength of their home continent, which is very powerful. However, the new persona has envoys sent to city-states. You have a trade route to count as 2 envoys and gain the Rough Rider unique unit with rifling. With rifling. Anyway, so this is actually a deceptively powerful little tweak to them, because at first I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's going to help them with like a diplomatic victory, and it very well could, because you're doubling your envoys is going to add up throughout the course of the game. However, in a culture victory, you're going to want to be sending your trade routes to other civilizations in order to boost your tourism. However, after I've given this a little bit more thought here, I think it would be really, really powerful if you start out the game by sending envoys to the city-states in order to really maximize your ability to become suzerain of them. This is going to really, really, really make the Kilwa Kisawani wonder that much more powerful, because it's going to be able to, like, you'll be able to easier take 2 different city-states of the same type that much more quicker if you're counting, like, as long as you're building commercial hubs or harbors in order to get your trade routes up. And then as long as you do that in the early game to take advantage of the double envoys, you can then transition your trade routes later in the game to sending it to the other civilizations in order to get your culture and your tourism game going. So that's definitely an interesting little tweak, and it'll be fun to actually try it out and get our hands on it in the near future here. Now, Catherine's tweak here is improved luxury resources adjacent to theater square districts or chateaus receive +2 culture, may initiate the court festival project in any city with a theater square. And so these court festival projects are really powerful in themselves. So what you're going to want to do is stack up luxury resources and now be basically trading with the AI for any excess ones they have, because it increases your culture and also your tourism for all your extra copies. So that is definitely going to change the way we play the game for sure with her. And I mean, to be completely honest, I think this is pretty fucking powerful for her improving her culture ones, because not only is it theater square districts, which obviously you can plan. It's going to completely change the way you plan your adjacencies, because now luxury resource tiles are the equivalent of actually building a wonder in your cities, other than the fact that you don't get the tourism from the wonder and whatnot. But still, but again, I guess time will tell. We'll have to wait until we get our hands on it to see just exactly how much extra culture and extra tourism you generate from the court festival projects. But it'll definitely be an intriguing way to play the game with her. So this is actually a really powerful boost to the chateau tile improvement as well, because if you think about it, now you get +2 culture if you're adjacent to a luxury resource. That's on top of the +2 culture you naturally get from it as well. So you can really stack up some culture pretty quickly with these new changes to her. Hey everybody, Gamer Grampz here. I'm quickly interrupting just to say that if you're enjoying the video, please do me a favor and leave a like on it if you haven't already. It does really go a long way towards helping the channel get discovered. And clearly, you know it by now, I'm special. I need all the help I can get, right? Now, as far as a little bit they did tell us about Ethiopia, their unique thing being able to add faith to international trade routes, it doesn't really seem like it's going to be that huge of an impact. I mean, again, don't quote me on this because we'll have to see once we get further details on it. But looking at this snapshot here, they're on turn 141, so pretty deep into the game, and they're only getting +2.5 faith per trade route. So I mean, even if you get like 10 trade routes going, that's only 25 faith per turn, which realistically at that point in the game is not that huge of an increase. Alright, so on to the diplomatic quarter. Now, I'm assuming that this is going to be just like the government plaza, that it's available once you hit a certain government tier. Now, again, most likely political philosophy, but who knows, maybe it's unlocked a little bit later. Maybe your second tier government unlocks it, because they only talk about the two different upgrades to it instead of 3, so maybe it starts a little bit later. However, it says your civilization receives +1 diplomatic favor for each delegation or embassy from a foreign civilization through diplomacy, and then +1 envoy if built next to the city center. Enemy spies operate at 2 levels below normal, targeting this district and adjacent districts. Only 1 can exist in your empire at a time. So straight off the bat, I know for a fact for science games, you're definitely going to want to put this in whatever city you're planning to buy your first spaceport in, because you're going to want to have it close by your spaceport, and preferably your spaceport and your city if you can plan your city properly, so that way it really helps prevent enemy spies from disrupting your rocketry or ousting your governor from your city center. And again, clearly with the name of diplomatic quarter, this is obviously going to help you for diplomatic victories as well, because being able to get that extra diplomatic favor for each delegation or embassy to foreign cities, as long as you're playing the game right and you're doing it properly, that shouldn't be a problem to really stack up the amount of diplomatic favor you're earning, which will give you a leg up when trying to get those extra bonus +2 diplomatic victory points from controlling the way that the councils or the World Congress votes. Now, the first building in this district here, the consulate, gives you +2 influence points per turn, and enemy spies level is reduced by 1 when targeting this city or cities with encampment. So again, this is actually going to be really good for science games, because your spaceport cities are going to have encampments in them most likely anyways when you're that late into the game, because you want to take advantage of the +15% production to space projects with that military policy card. I forget the name of it, but it's definitely a way to help you win faster. And then the next tier building gives you +3 influence points per turn. When a civilization captures or kills an enemy spy, receive 50 science for every level of the enemy spy. Personally, to me, this one is a lot less flashy and powerful. I mean, it does give you a little bit more faith, so that's something. Both of those buildings are actually going to help a little bit with the religious science strategy, so that's definitely something to pay attention to as well. But realistically, receiving 50 science for every level of the enemy spy you killed, you're not going to kill that many spies. And then at that point in the game, in most science victories and stuff like that, you're basically already getting like between 1,000 and 2,000 science per turn. So, you know, even if you have like a grandmaster spy you kill, that's only going to be 150 science. So I'm a little bit unimpressed with this one personally. But again, this is all just like speculation at this point, right? Until we actually get our hands on it, it's really hard to say for sure. For sure. Just wanted to take a sec to let you know I'm now an official partner of Fanatical Games. They're a great company that you can buy 100% guaranteed official game keys from, which is great because you purchase a Steam key, so you don't have to worry about using a different installer like Epic Games or EA's Origin. You can find links in the description down below for both the Windows and Mac versions of the games I usually cover on the channel. But if you're buying anything else, just leave a comment below and I can give you a link for any game you're looking to buy. Believe it or not, they have deals on regularly that are even cheaper cheaper than purchasing directly from Steam itself. A perfect example of this is the New Frontier Pass for Civ 6. I literally bought it directly from Steam yesterday when it was launched, only to find out that it's on sale for 12% cheaper at Fanatical for the next 6 days. So before grabbing your next game, consider checking out fanatical.com to help yourself and help support me at the same time. All right, so now on to the Secret Society game mode here. The first order that we're going to be talking about is the Hermetic Order. So it's an order of a society of unorthodox scientists and alchemists. Their work focuses on science, great people, and resources. This is a little bit unfortunate if you ask me. Again, it's going to be hard to tell, but having to spend governor titles on promotions, we'll have to see how powerful these actually are. All right, so for this order, we don't get to see as much as the other ones. We only get to see 2 of the promotions here, so let's take a look through them quickly. The first one is Initiation. Apparently, it's unlocked by discovering a natural wonder. It reveals the ley line resource on the map. Ley lines give a standard adjacency bonus to all specialty districts. So I'm wondering if they say it's a resource, so I don't think it's a luxury then. I'm assuming it's some sort of strategic, but time will tell with that. And then the next promotion here, Ritual. Unlocked in the medieval era. Allows you to construct the alchemical, I don't know, fuck. You know I'm horrible at that pronunciation. Society building, a powerful replacement of the university. All right, so I'm an idiot here. We do get to see more of it. It was a long video and I forgot it. All right, so jumping back into the Hermetic Society here. Their third tier promotion is unlocked in the industrial era. For every great person earned, lead lines receive +1 yield equal to that great person's district type. And then great admirals and great generals earn +1 science, which that isn't such a big deal by any means, but the first part is actually pretty decent. And so the ley lines, and it's ley lines now. From listening to the video again, I know it's ley lines, not late, whatever. You know what I mean. And now their building itself is very powerful. Not to mention, this is on, it looks like just a regular playing style. I don't think that's a hill. It doesn't look like it anyway. And they're having 2 gold, and 7 science. And then it also gives the adjacency bonuses to your other districts that are next to it. So that is actually quite powerful. It's looking like all of these different societies are going to be quite powerful in their own regard. So it'll definitely be an interesting game mode to be playing on. And then quickly jumping over to the alchemical. And again, from listening to it a second time, I know how to pronounce it properly. Anywho, so the Alchemical Society gives you everything that your base university does, and then it also gives you gold equal to its science adjacency bonus, and it also gives you a little bit of extra production, as well as earning a great engineering and a great merchant point per turn, as well on top of the great scientist point per turn that you would already get from your university base building that it replaces. All right, so on to the Minerva Secret Society. We get to see 3 of the promotions here, so let's go over them quickly. The first one is Initiation. Unlocked by sending an envoy to a city-state, +1 economic policy slot. Ooh. Each trade route sent to a city-state awards 1 envoy there. Not too bad at all, actually. The second promotion here, Ritual, is unlocked in the medieval era. Allows you to construct the Gilded Vault building, a powerful replacement of the bank. And we do get to hear about that one, so we'll go over the specifics of that in just a second. But let's look at the third promotion here, Indoctrination. Unlocked in the industrial era. It gives you +1 wildcard policy slot and +2 spy capacity. Your cities gain +4 loyalty per turn and +1 amenity when your spy is in their territory. That is actually pretty interesting. To me, so far anyway, like just from complete speculation, they seem a lot more powerful than the first one we looked at. But again, it's hard to say without seeing the actual special building that replaces the university and then seeing their full list of promotions as well. So time will tell. But let's quickly jump over to the Gilded Vault building here and go over that. All right, so for the Gilded Vault, it actually gives you 2 different things here. You get, if you have a commercial hub in your city, it gives you whatever your gold adjacency is for the commercial hub as a culture bonus as well. So that's pretty decent. It's okay, but actually, I think personally that the harbor is a much better option. It actually gives you an extra trade route. That to me is a lot more powerful, especially considering since the September update of last year, of 2019, I think it was, where the veterancy military policy slot now affects harbor production and harbor building production. That extra 30% that you get from it is huge in my opinion, which already slants me towards, like, anytime I can make a harbor, I always choose to make a harbor over a commercial hub, unless the commercial hub's adjacency bonus is just like stupid crazy powerful. Like if I'm gonna have like a +1 harbor or a +5 commercial hub, I'm gonna go with the commercial hub. But this actually might incentivize you to build both of the districts, because you could actually get both of the bonuses. Technically, you could have the Gilded Vault, I believe, and again, this is speculation at this point, but I think you could have a Gilded Vault in both your commercial hub and your harbor if you do build both of them in the city, which would technically still get you 2 trade routes and then the +5 culture as well. So it might be worthwhile. Time will tell. Again, it's hard to say with any certainty realistically. All right, on to the Void Singers Secret Society. Their first one is Initiation, unlocked by discovering a tribal village. Allows you to construct the Old Gods Obelisk building, a powerful replacement of the monument. So the tribal village itself actually gives you, it's exactly the same thing as temple, fuck. It's exactly the same thing as a monument, except for it gives you +4 faith per turn, which is great, but also +1 great work slot, and it can hold any type. So this is obviously intended for religious games and whatnot. However, I think this would be really powerful for the religious science strategy playthrough as well, considering that their next one, Ritual, is unlocked in the medieval era, and cities earn gold, science, and culture per turn equal to 20% of their faith per turn rate, and cities can get as high as like 25 to 30 faith per turn, and across all of them if you have holy sites in all of your cities. That's actually going to put a unique spin on it, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this stuff and playing around with it a little bit. The next promotion here is the Indoctrination, unlocked in an industrial era. Unlocks the cultist unit. This unit is purchased with faith and uses charges to reduce loyalty in foreign cities and generate relics of the void. So again, this could actually be somewhat beneficial to a tourism victory as well. And then we actually get to see their fourth one here. The master plan is unlocked in the Atomic era. Unlocks Dark Summoning, a city project that provides lots of faith while active, and upon completion raises the amount of loyalty damage done by cultists. And so these cultists here, their unique unit, spending the charge reduces the city's loyalty by 10. So it'll be interesting way to flip cities as well and do a little peaceful domination that way. But then on top of that, you also get the great work here, created by the Void Singers. And so especially with having those unique monuments all throughout your empire, this really would be powerful for a culture victory as well. So definitely some interesting things to look forward to here. And last but not least, we have the Sanguine Pack or Sanguine Pack. All right, and last but not least, we have the Sanguine Pack. Unfortunately, this is the one that we get the least amount of information from. It's obviously more beneficial when you're playing domination games, and their unique unit, the Vampire, it actually fights with normal combat units, and it gains combat strength every time you kill other units with it. And not only that, when it actually when it dies, it doesn't actually die. It gets teleported or something back to your city with 1 HP, and you can get it to heal back up by pillaging and whatnot, apparently. So that's definitely quite interesting. And then it also makes, so the unique unit can actually make vampire castles as well. You can build these in your own territory, and you can see they give quite nice yields here, definitely. And you can also do them in neutral territory as well. And in the later stages of the game, you can actually teleport units between these different castles. And the way he says it, it sounds like it's not just the vampires that you can teleport. I think you can actually teleport your actual units, so they'd sort of be like air bases, I guess, essentially, which could definitely come in handy in reinforcing your armies once they're like spread out far across the map. But yeah, looks like it's just about everything that they've told us so far, so I'm actually really interested to play around with this. Normally I don't get too excited, for me at least, the apocalypse mode didn't seem that appealing. It was a change of pace. However, I wasn't so intrigued that I want to check it out right away, but this Secret Society one looks really interesting to me, and I am looking forward to starting with it. So now, obviously, like I said, a little bit disappointed that we didn't get the full look at Ethiopia that I was expecting when I saw the video in my announcements, but I'm sure most likely that it's probably going to come out later this week, because the whole thing actually comes out on the 23rd, which is next Thursday, I believe. Yeah, which is next Thursday. So I would assume that on this Thursday we'll get the sneak peek at Ethiopia, but time will tell. So whenever that does come out, I'll definitely go through it and give my 2 pennies worth of what I think of them. But so far, the little bit that we did see about Ethiopia, I'm a little bit unimpressed, because like I said, that 2.5 faith per trade route, that's not that powerful in the late game. It will be nice maybe in the early game, but you don't even have that many trade routes up and running in the early game, generally speaking. So I'm kind of on the fence. Hopefully the rest of the abilities from their leader and and all that will actually, and maybe if they have a tile improvement or something, that it'll be more powerful, but time will tell for that one. Again, I'm not sure how experienced you are, so if you did stumble across this and you are new to an intermediate level player, if you're interested, I have a series of tip videos. Each video has 5 tips in it that you can quickly go through. They're short videos and you can implement the tips in your games right away to make you win that much faster and make you that much better at the game. So I'll put a link in the top right hand corner right now if you do want to quickly go and check that out. But other than that though, I'm just gonna shut up and stop rambling. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole secret societies game mode and the little bit that we have seen of Ethiopia so far? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think it's going to be more powerful than I think it's going to be? Let me know down below. I'd like to shoot the shit and get into things with you. Other than that though, for anybody who is still here with me, who does watch my shit normally, I will have a brand new video coming out tomorrow. I was going to be starting a new series, a redo sort of a Grand Columbia series that got delayed, went back when I first started that a month and a half ago or whatever it was, back in at the end of May there. But anywho, if you haven't already, do me a favor, leave a quick like on the video. It really does help a small channel like me get discovered, and I'd appreciate it. Other than that though, I'm gonna shut up and I'll hopefully just see you in the next video.